nothing left, which we have on tape, Bibi Netanyahu saying that before October 7th. Him caught on tape saying we have to make the punishment so severe and so harsh that the Palestinians won't want to go back. Because
welcome back everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. You're probably wondering, where's my hair gone? Well, after pilgrimage, it's a requirement for men to shave their heads. Let me know what you think in the comment section below and if I should keep my head like this going forward. Anyway, back to the video. Candace Owens once again shows how courageous she is by speaking up and putting her platform at risk by speaking out about Donald Trump and his monstrosity of a plan to ethnic cleanse Gaza once again and displace the Palestinians. Stay tuned because I have something very interesting to share which involves Trump's son-in-law and his plan to build waterfront properties in Gaza. In the last few months, I have really started to respect Candace Owens. I've documented her a few times on my channel, and every time she talks about the Palestinian people, she's always spoken the truth and said it how it is. Let's take a look at the first clip.
Huge debate right now, obviously, is Trump really shocking the world and saying that the USA is just going to take over the Gaza Strip. So he hosted Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, which I would have never done if I was president of the United States because of the things that he has done. People were asking me about my take on the Gaza situation, but leading up to this moment, there was this vicious attack on me because I said things in support of the Gazan children that were being mercilessly murdered, and it was on my screen, and I didn't want to stand down to that to preserve my media reputation. Like I was happy to be smeared and libeled to be able to stand up for children. I could never stay silent about what I was seeing happening to these women and these children. My silence just couldn't be bought on the matter. We have at long last arrived to the period where, after a year of gaslighting us and telling us that wasn't happening, like everyone just smearing us in the media, after a year of them calling everybody anti-Semitic who noticed that an ethnic cleansing was taking place, we're just now getting to the point, which is an ethnic cleansing is going to take place. We're going to just move millions of bodies. And now we're going to try to emotionally engineer the public to think that it's acceptable by saying, well, there's nothing left. Our bombs bombed it all. Why would they want to go back there? There's nothing left, which we have on tape, Bibi Netanyahu saying that before October 7th. Him caught on tape saying we have to make the punishment so severe and so harsh that the Palestinians won't want to go back because there's nothing there. He said this, okay? I showed it on my show and I didn't care about the figurative bullets that were coming my way because those bullets were figurative and they weren't real. And what I saw in terms of the kids being target practiced on in Gaza made me sick to my stomach. And so one of the other favored lies about me in the media is that I agree with everything Trump says and he does. And I could not disagree more with this. I could not have been more vocal in my lack of support for any person who, whether left or right, who claims to be a good and a compassionate person who is okay with what is happening and what they are saying they're going to do. All statements which are on record before October 7th even happened. And in terms of Trump talking about the real estate of the property, saying they have to go, and Jared Kushner was on tape speaking about how much worth the property could be. And so for those of us who said, are there people who have already invested in this property and want to see it being built up because they are going to make a ton of money because the plan is to move these people from their homeland somewhere else? And we were called conspiracy theorists and we were called anti-Semites. This is truly a moment of vindication, okay? It is a moment of vindication, and I do not agree with it at all. Not at all.
Candace raises a fantastic point. The US has twisted the definition of ethnic cleansing. The US are stepping in and stating, well, the place is destroyed. We're just going to shift people into other countries whilst we make the necessary repairs. And then when it's all done, we'll offer the place to the people of the world. The other thing to note is a difference in speech and body language. When listening to Candace on this topic, you can feel the empathy. You can tell she cares. You can sense the passion. Unlike those sheeps in suits who say only what their masters have told them to say. Something you guys are going to be shocked about. Jared Corey Kushner, what he does is not important, but who he is important. He is Donald Trump's son-in-law. Last year, this weasel made some pretty outrageous comments. He suggested that Israel should remove the population out of the Gaza Strip while it cleans up the area. He also said, and I quote, "The thing that I would try to do if I was Israel now is I would just bulldoze something in the Negev. I would try to move people there so you can go and finish the job." End quote. He was the weasel who said Gaza's waterfront property could be very valuable. Do you see how everything is linked? Evil only knows evil.
And now they're saying that the UK should take these people. And this just puts us on that circle. It really is just, it's loony. You have the people in the UK and other countries going, I don't recognize my country. Why don't I recognize my country? Why is this country becoming majority Muslim population? And they don't want to connect the dots and say, well, which country is not becoming majority population, just seems to be expanding its borders all the time? Israel. And we keep fighting their wars or funding their wars. We haven't stopped doing that. So as they become more ethnocentric, as they keep getting more land, as they keep having strict rules about who is allowed to commute there, our countries are looking very different. Why would they want to stay home? Because they recognize where they are. So if you're going to build it big and you're make it beautiful, Trump, let them stay there while you do it. I'm sure they would be very happy to do that. And for those of you who can't even imagine, just take a second to pause and think about the fact that for 2 years, these people have been walking on foot, children crying. Find it. It's online. Go look at it. Bleeding, kids being shot in the head. Okay, they're saying 20,000. We know it's now more because of the number that they're giving us in terms of saying how many people have to be moved. It's simple math of how many people are dead there. How many majority women and children are dead in this area. So you imagine you go back and forth. Finally, it is over. And you are now being told that, well, you are going to be really happy because we're going to put you in a country where nobody speaks your language, no one understands you. And you're just going to, be in the UK, be in Ireland. Isn't that a better plan? Won't you be happier there than in the rubble of the place of your ancestors? Isn't that better for you? It's evil. If the theme of what we have been talking about are perfect acts of evil, what has happened to the children and the women of Palestine who had nothing to do with October 7th is a perfect act of evil. And I will not support it. I don't care which friendships have to burn, which invites I won't get. Okay. I will not support it because I am a Christian and I am not one that can be maneuvered by money. I will never bend the knee to evil. We cannot justify an ethnic cleansing. We just cannot do that ever in the modern world. The end of times will be good versus evil, and the good will mostly include Muslims and Christians united. Peace be upon whoever seeks guidance. I do think that's another thing, is that we're finding ourselves in all of these situations, whether cultural or political, is that it's people that are just willing to speak out against evil. It is. It's actually good versus evil. I don't care about your left, right labels, what it is. Are we willing to team up and to fight evil together?